guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I wanted to do something a little bit different. We're gonna be talking to my friend Grace, and you may have seen me in some of her videos. I don't think we've gotten a chance to do a video together, so this is like our opportunity to do a video together, but we're just gonna kind of talk about our friendship. If you don't know, Grace has her own YouTube channel. It's called Jung Fruit, and she posts vlogs and different videos about being an international student in the United States. Grace is from South Korea. She kind of just shares what her life is like and what other international students can expect if they come to the United States, and if they specifically go to Penn State, which is where I graduated from and where Grace currently goes to school. This is my first little interview type of video, so it might be a little bit awkward, but we're just gonna push on through. So hi Grace, thank you so much for coming to my channel.
Hi everyone, I'm Grace. I'm Lauren's friend and I study telecommunications at Penn State, and yeah, nice to meet you and thanks for having me.
We're excited to have you, or I'm excited for you to be here. So basically, the first thing that I want to ask you is like why you wanted to come to the US to go to school. Because I know that you mentioned that even though your mom is an English teacher in Korea, you kind of didn't start learning English until not that long before you were going to come here.
So my mom and dad, they were both international students like I am now, back in like 30 years ago. So, and they've always kind of like spoken to me how good it is to, live abroad. However, I wasn't really interested in like living abroad and like studying abroad because I didn't speak English until I got here, and then coming out of my comfort zone is such a big deal to me. And honestly, I'm not like a travel person, I think. So it's really living abroad, studying abroad is something that I haven't really thought about. After I graduate my high school, which I was majoring in street dance in, and I got injured from there. So I feel like I spent my whole life dancing and like pursuing my dream about dancing, but I feel like back then I feel like I'm so lost. And like, ooh, like what should I do? Like, what have I done? Like everyone is still like there, like pursuing their dreams, but I'm lost. And I just figured that I should do more things that I haven't done. And that was living abroad, because that's actually what I've been like so scared of. So I just decided to start, learning English. But I didn't learn English from my mom, because my mom is English teacher, but she's more focused in like GPA, like school grade, that kind of stuff. But I don't really need GPA because apparently and I need like real English, like how to do conversation or how to interact with people in the United States or like English speaking people. So that it was kind of like different. So I just started learning English, and then after a year, I could speak a little bit of English. So I did tests, and then I got to Penn State.
I think that's really cool. And like, that's definitely something we talked about when we first started hanging out with each other, was like how your parents like taught English, but then like I was shocked to find out that you hadn't started learning English until like not even that long ago, because your level is so high. Like I told you that before, like you're so good at conversations and stuff like that. I'm sure also part of that comes with like you have to be here in the United States and surrounded by people who only speak English, so your English just like always continually like improves. Okay, so the next question I have that I wanted us to talk about is how we met. So you want to tell it from your side?
Well, it was really weird. So first, that was my first production class, and the class that I'm taking with a bunch of people, which is terrifying me. So I really needed a friend. By the way, everyone, I transferred from the college from Korea. So by the time I got Penn State, I was sophomore. So I literally skipped all those primary courses or like basic courses, and I jumped into the production class, which is like junior level of production. So I didn't have many friends other than Korean international students here, so I don't really had like friends who I can take class with. So I went to the classroom, and there was like 6 or like 7 people, and I was like, oh my god, this is such a small class. I would be like, oh, I think I sat right behind you.
Like I think
or
like
like
a few seats behind me.
yeah, behind you.
Mm-hmm.
And professor, they always let us introduce ourselves and like telling about the fun fact, which is kind of weird to me. Yeah, which I'm not so used to. So I introduced myself. I did say I'm an international student, and my professor said like, "Oh, so where are you from?" And I was like, "I'm from South Korea." I think I said, which is cool. I don't know why. I don't know why I said that.
Which is cool.
Maybe I didn't want to like look introverted. You know what I'm saying? Like people
Mhm.
has kind of like people sometimes, not all the people, but people get kind of like judgmental about Asian people. Like they're kind of introverted, they're shy, they're coy. But I'm pretty shy person, but I just didn't want to look like because it's my first impression of my very first production class.
Yeah.
So I said, which is cool. And then, I mean, you're sitting in front of me, but I can't imagine your face would have been like, oh, she's from South Korea, like that kind of stuff. And after the class was over, you kind
Wait,
of
wait, are you saying you saw my face or are you just imagining that my face would have
imagine.
Yeah.
Like now I can imagine. I mean, back then I didn't know if you speak Korean or something. I had no idea, right? But I just can imagine now. And you kind of walked up to me and like, oh, are you Korean? I was like, yeah. And you literally said like,
I
you
said
just
it in
walk up to me
Korean.
and said 안녕하세요.
I did.
You said in Korean,
I thought I said oh 한국 분이세요 or something
oh,
like that.
한국 사람이요?
Yeah,
And I
oh
was like,
한국 사람이에요.
and then it sounded so natural, like Korean. I literally had no judgment of you, and I was like, "Oh, 한국 사람이에요?" Which is, wait, are you Korean too?
Yeah, you asked me that and I was like, "Oh my gosh."
I'm like such a, no judgment person, I would say. I literally say, "Wait, are you Korean too?" Like, there's no way you're Korean, right? I mean, you can be Korean somehow, and you're like, "Oh no, 나 미국 사람."
Yeah.
But 나 한국말 조금 할 줄. And I was like, wait, I thought you were Korean because you sounded so natural. And that's sort of like how we first met. And like we had a little like a small bonding session after the class, I guess. And then we talked in Korean.
From the beginning, when you introduced yourself in class, you were like, you have to check out my YouTube channel. It's Jung Fruit. And I remember that I went and I like watched some of the videos and as we were like getting close with each other. And then one time you and I hung out outside of class and I came to pick you up in my car and you were literally filming.
Hi!
Sorry, the bus was giving me anxiety.
I know.
And you vlogged our first hangout that was like outside of class, so I thought that was funny. But then like I got to know more, like obviously we already had a lot in common because we were in a class for our major that was something that we were both passionate about, video production and stuff like that. But then like I found out that you had your own YouTube channel and I had always had my own YouTube channel. And then what I was telling Grace before we started filming was that from like being around her and seeing how she filmed for her channel and how good her editing is and how she's created her own style for her YouTube channel, it really encouraged me to start back up my channel. Because if you look back at my channel, some of my older videos are from like 6-7 years ago and there were not very consistent postings, but right now I'm trying to be more consistent. So like when I met Grace, I would say that kind of like made a little light bulb go off in my head of like, oh, I could actually do this. Like you were showing me it's doable and you can do it while you're a student. That was always like something that I thought was really cool and like has motivated me and like why I wanted you to come on my channel and kind of get to talk and like share that with my viewers. But I just kind of am wondering like, why did you start a YouTube channel? Like how did you get into video production and stuff like that?
It was kind of like English, I would say. So I didn't speak English until I got here, but is the editing. Like I had no idea what the editing is. So I wanted to start doing it and having some kind of skills. So I just opened my channel as soon as I got here, like after 2 days. So I was still in jet lag. But I just opened the channel. Still, I had no idea what the editing is, what the Premiere Pro is. I just didn't have it. I just started, and then after that I started editing from YouTube, and like I just pretty much like taught by myself. I had my friend here at Penn State before I came here. She was my my friend back then, and she also transferred to Penn State. She's the founder of this Penn State YouTube channel, which is called PDO. And she was like, "Oh, Grace, do you wanna join our club?" And I was like, "Yes." And then actually the purpose of me studying editing is all for the PDO. Not just Jung Fruit, not just for Jung Fruit. So I started my YouTube channel to, contribute to PDO. That's the timeline. And I found it really fun to have my own YouTube channel because I got to meet new people, and my videos are becoming more like experimental because Jung Fruit is all about my kind of, I would say, my sketchbook. I can just do whatever I want, and then I can apply what I learn and what I experience in my video to the video I make in PDO. PDO is bigger YouTube channel, and it represents Korean community here at Penn State. I just don't want to post unprofessional video on YouTube. So I just try all of things in my personal YouTube informally, and then the result is in the video. That's how I started.
I think it's really cool too to like, for us, because we have a little friend group with our friend Elena. Hi Elena, if you're watching this video, hi. But we have a little friend group, and Grace really just like captured us kind of becoming friends and stuff like that. So it's kind of cool to be able to go back and watch the videos and see like when we were starting to hang out outside of classes and like look at that time in our life. I posted a very, very late vlog that I did from January where I forced myself to do a little video every single day of January as a little self goal, and I really also liked that I could like look back and see what I did during that time, because I think that that's a really cool aspect of like the vlogging thing that like I got inspired from you, is like, oh okay, I can go back and look at it and see what happened. But so you said it's kind of like a sketchbook. Is there something you like want to try soon that's like different or experimental, or is there like a direction you want your channel to go to that like you're kind of gearing up for?
So I want to do more English video because learning English and communicating with people who speak English and people who are from different countries, that's all about, like, that's why I decided to come to US, not because of the degree, or like not because I want to spend money, of course.
Yeah.
I just decided to move here just to learn different things, and I want to show them in my video. My video is like all about me speaking Korean, but it's boring, right? I'm an international student.
No.
And like me speaking Korean is boring, right?
No.
It's I'm Korean.
To you.
Yeah, but my target audience is Korean. Like I just figured that, like, seeing Korean people speaking Korean is kind of I just figured that this is not what they would, want to see.
Yeah.
So I just want to like a more English video. It's just so awkward for me to, speak English like when I'm alone.
Yeah.
So I find it really hard to record it, but still I'm trying.
The other thing I wanted to mention was for like anybody watching this who wants to check out anything else that Grace does. So we've already mentioned she does video what's the name of the club? We already mentioned that Grace does the Penn State PDO YouTube channel, and she has her own YouTube channel called Jung Fruit for personal stuff, but she also recently launched a YouTube channel with our friend Elena that we already mentioned in this video. I just kind of am wondering, like, where do you want to see that going, and maybe you can share to anybody who's watching this why they should watch it and why they might be interested in it.
Honestly, for me, running all these YouTube channels is actually for my career. After graduation, I want to work for content marketer or production manager. I want to, kind of like appeal the companies that I am this consistent in production, and I have this professional skills in production. I just want to show them. That's actually why I started all these YouTube channels. Seeing these channels growing up is really fun, and I feel like, oh, I can do this as a full-time. Like, my focus is more in being hired by a company. So, but like handling 3 different kind of channels is really hard, and I want to prove them that I have this ability to do all things like simultaneously. specifically the YouTube channel I'm doing with Elena, our friend. It's called Gal Talk, and it's a short video specific channel. We've been getting like thousands views so far. Been only like a month since we started, so that's such a fulfilling moment, and you guys want to check it out if you want to learn Korean and English at the same time.
I will make sure to link all of the channels down below so you guys can check them out. I think we kind of covered everything that I wanted to cover. Yeah, I hope this video helps anybody who, like, I thought it was really cool. I don't think we had ever talked about why you came to the United States in that much depth, but I think it's really cool that you talked about like how you were kind of like, you didn't know what to do, like so you just decided to make a big leap. I think that's really cool, and it makes me even more inspired by you. Like that's I can like commend you for that. That's awesome. But so if you're watching this and you're feeling like maybe you don't know what to do, your life is up in the air, maybe this is a sign to go take that big jump, move to that other country or do that thing that you've been wanting to do. And thank you, Grace, so much for coming on and being interviewed, and I hope to do more videos like this. Like hopefully we can get Elena on. That would be really cool. And yeah, do you have anything else that you want to say before we end the video?
So everyone who's interested in Korean community and Korean culture here in the United States, make sure to subscribe to PDO, our YouTube channel. And also, if you're interested in how international students' life go in here in the United States, just check Jung Fruit and also Gal Talk.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much for joining us. I will see you guys in my next video. Have fun and be safe.